Have you ever found yourself standing in the middle of a familiar room, only to realize you have completely forgotten what you were looking for? Or perhaps an idea was right on the tip of your tongue, yet it stubbornly refused to take shape into spoken words or clear thoughts. This is not just simple tiredness from a long day. This is brain fog, an invisible veil that is currently blockading your innate human intelligence. It feels like wandering through a thick grey haze where your memories and sharp logic are slowly swallowed by a heavy, suffocating silence of confusion. When the clarity of your mind begins to fade, it is a signal that something profound is shifting beneath the surface of your conscious daily experience. Imagine your brain as a sophisticated biological machine that is starting to overheat, sending out distress signals that you can no longer afford to ignore. We often dismiss these moments as part of modern life, but your body is actually trying to communicate a vital warning about your internal health. Time slips away while you struggle to focus, leaving you feeling stranded in a sea of half-formed thoughts and forgotten intentions that haunt your mind. This mental cloudiness is the unseen barrier between who you are and who you could be if your mind were truly free and fully sharp. Welcome to the exploration of brain fog. It is not just a nuisance, it is a critical warning that your system is reaching a breaking point. In the world of science, brain fog is not classified as a disease itself. Instead, it is recognized as a powerful and telling clinical symptom. Just like a red light on a dashboard indicates an engine is overheating, your brain is signaling that its internal systems are currently under massive stress. The biology of your mind is reacting to something wrong, whether it be chronic inflammation, hormonal imbalances, or a severe lack of essential cellular energy. You might be trying to operate a magnificent, high-performance machine while feeding it the worst possible fuel, expecting it to run perfectly every single day. Your neurons are struggling to communicate, their signals muffled by biological noise that prevents the clear transmission of thoughts and memories across your neural network. This inflammation is a silent fire, burning through your cognitive reserves and leaving behind nothing but the ash of forgotten names and misplaced keys. When the energy production in your cells drops, the brain, which consumes more energy than any other organ, is the first to feel the darkness. Your body is desperately screaming for a change, yet we often drown out this cry with more caffeine, more sugar, and more frantic, unproductive work. We treat the symptom as the enemy, rather than listening to the story it tells about our lifestyle, our diet, and our neglected physical well-being. Understanding this warning is the first step toward reclaiming your mind. It is an invitation to look deeper into the biological roots of your awareness. The fog is not your destiny. It is a temporary state of imbalance that can be corrected if you choose to listen to your body's wisdom. We are currently living in an unprecedented era of distraction, where every second is a battle for our limited and precious cognitive attention. Cheap dopamine hits from glowing screens are slowly eroding our ability to focus deeply, leaving our minds fragmented and scattered across 1,000 useless tabs. Brain fog is the inevitable price we pay when we force a biological brain to process the massive data load of a modern supercomputer. We are drowning in information but starving for wisdom. Our brains are constantly switching tasks, never finding the peace required for true, deep understanding. The constant bombardment of notifications creates a state of perpetual emergency in our nervous system, keeping us trapped in a loop of shallow, reactive thinking. Every ping and buzz is a tiny withdrawal from your mental bank account, eventually leading to a state of cognitive bankruptcy that we call fog. We have traded our depth for horizontal expansion, knowing a little about everything, but failing to truly grasp the essence of anything at all anymore. This digital invasion is not just external, it has rewired our very neurobiology, making silence feel uncomfortable and making deep focus feel like an impossible chore. Your brain is trying to protect itself by shutting down, creating the fog as a barrier against the overwhelming tidal wave of modern digital noise. To find clarity again, we must first recognize the thief that is stealing our attention in every waking moment of our hyper-connected modern lives. If you continue to ignore these signs, the fog will not simply go away. Instead, it will gradually thicken into a much more permanent darkness. Prolonged brain fog can solidify into chronic depression, paralyzing anxiety, and even the early stages of permanent, irreversible cognitive decline and memory loss. Your world will slowly shrink as your ability to interact with it diminishes, leaving you a spectator in your own life, watching from behind glass. Every day spent in the fog is a day where your true potential is locked away, buried under the weight of neglected health and mental exhaustion. Do not let your intellect become an abandoned castle, a place of former greatness that is now hollowed out by the creeping mists of indifference. The sparks of creativity and the fire of passion cannot survive in an environment where the oxygen of clarity is constantly being choked out. You might lose the very thing that makes you unique: your sharp wit, your quick humor, and your ability to connect deeply with those you love. A mind that cannot remember is a mind that cannot build a future. The consequences of silence are far more expensive than the effort of change. We often realize the value of mental clarity only after it has slipped through our fingers, leaving us wandering in a landscape without any maps. The tragedy is not the fog itself, but the choice to stay within it when the path to sunlight is still within your reach today. The rescue mission for your mind begins not with a magic pill, but with the quiet power of discipline and a return to basics. Start by giving your brain the silence it desperately craves. Break the chains of constant connectivity and rediscover the beauty of a single, focused thought. Treat your nutrition as a form of medicine. Choose real, whole foods that fuel your mitochondria and dampen the flames of inflammation within your body. Prioritize your sleep as if it were a sacred ritual. It is during the deep hours of the night that your brain literally cleanses itself of toxins. Reconnect with the natural world. Sunlight and fresh air are not luxuries, they are fundamental requirements for a healthy, functioning human nervous system. Practice the art of presence. Whether through meditation or simply breathing deeply, teach your mind to inhabit the current moment without the need for distraction. Hydration and movement are the oil for your cognitive gears. A body that moves is a mind that stays sharp and ready for any challenge. Prune away the toxic connections in your life, both digital and personal. Your mental energy is a finite resource that must be guarded with fierce intention. You are the architect of your own internal environment. Choose to build a space where clarity can thrive and where the fog has no place. The transformation will not happen overnight, but every small choice is a step toward a brighter, more vivid experience of the world around you. Reclaiming your focus is an act of rebellion against a world that wants you distracted. It is the ultimate form of self-respect and empowerment. When the fog lifts, you will realize that the intelligence you thought you lost was always there, just waiting for the right conditions to shine. The mission is clear: save your mind to save your life. The clarity you seek is on the other side of your daily habits. As the sun rises on a new day, the library of your mind is no longer a place of shadows, but a sanctuary of wisdom. The fog has finally evaporated, leaving behind a version of yourself that is more present, more capable, and more alive than ever before. Brain fog was your warning, but today it becomes your catalyst for a life lived with total awareness and profound, unwavering mental clarity. Do not just exist in the haze. Choose to wake up every morning and see the world through the lens of a sharp and focused mind. The choice is yours. Will you stay lost in the mists of modern life, or will you step forward into the brilliant light of wisdom? Your mind is your most precious gift. Protect it, nourish it, and let it guide you toward the beautiful, clear future you truly deserve.